So yeah, thanks again for checking us out. Today we're going to be doing a film called Blowout. Blowout was directed by Brian De Palma, who is considered to be one of the best film directors of all time. Brian De Palma is known for, well, like I said, Blowout, but he also did a film that we all love, Scarface, right? Uh,
Yep.
he did Dress to Kill. He did The Untouchables with Robert De Niro and Kevin Costner. He did the first Mission Impossible in 1996 with John Voight and Tom Cruise and Ving Rhames and all those guys. He did Carlito's Way with Al Pacino. He did Phantom of the Paradise. I'm not familiar with that one. But yeah, he is a really, really great director. And I mean, at a point, um, people, I guess, would pit him and Martin Scorsese together. Because I see some old interviews, I think on the Dick Cavett show or on different platforms where, yeah, he's with Martin Scorsese and they'd maybe be talking about someone like Orson Welles. And I saw recently that Quentin Tarantino was saying that he basically picked up where Alfred Hitchcock left off. Like, it seems like Brandy Palmer was studying Alfred Hitchcock a lot, you know.
I could see the Orson Welles more than I can see Scorsese, definitely. And I
Mm.
think I can also see Hitchcock more than I see Scorsese. To me, Scorsese, like this, I feel like there's a, in terms of the cut, the editing and the cut, I feel like there's a slight difference there. But then again, they were both around at the exact same time. So I
Yeah,
almost, it
yes.
would be like comparing Kendrick Lamar with like, I don't know, not J. Cole, but someone else, someone more like Two Chains, something like that. Like
Right.
it's very different things, but they're big
Yes.
for it. You can see why they're big.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I think they would pit them against each other, you know. I don't think
yeah.
not in a bad way, but more like they're just acknowledging that they're both great,
Mm.
they're great around the same time. So yeah, this movie came out in 1981. It had a budget of 18 million and it made 13.8 million at the box office. So basically, it was a box office bomb. You know, if you were to compare the budget versus the box office receipts, but it's a brilliant movie. Starts to John Travolta, Nancy Ellen. Nancy Ellen, I believe, is Brian De Palma's ex-wife. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Pardon?
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. And there's a guy called John Lithgow. I hope I'm not. Uh,
Yeah, John Lithgow, yeah.
yeah, he was in. Oh,
Third Rock from the Sun.
he's in a lot of
Dexter, yeah.
stuff. He was there. I mean, even Brian De Palma said that he thinks that his character, the character in
Mm.
this movie, has been immortalized in Dexter. That's what he believes. He believes that the character in Dexter
Yeah.
is basically immortalized from the
Mm.
character in Blowout. And you can actually see it if you think about it. But wow, this man has been in so many, many movies.
And he's so different. I mean, he did one with Denzel Washington as well. I know that one, the one that's based off the Brian Grisham novels. Um, Brian Grisham is like a writer who does all those like lawyer novels. If there's a famous movie about a lawyer, chances are he wrote it, with the exception of A Few Good Men. So like Pelican Brief. Um, oh gosh, there's so many.
He
But
did
yeah,
one with Stallone, right? Where they were mountain climbing or something like that.
yes, where he was the bad, where he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Stallone was
And
a very funny movie. Yeah.
he also did. I mean, he also does comedy. He was in How I Met Your Mother as Bunny's dad. He was also on the 40-year-old virgin with who's this lady? I almost mentioned the wrong person. Oh man, Leslie. Is it Leslie something? Judd Apatow's wife, basically, and Paul Rudd. I think it's Leslie Mann. Yes. He's been in Footloose. He's been on The World According to Garp. You mentioned Pelican Brief, Dreamgirls. I mean, sometimes you see him in these movies and you're like, what is he doing in this movie?
That's what he's doing. He's what they call like a character actor. That man steals. That man shows up and steals the show, basically. You know what I mean? Gary
Oh,
Oldman.
or
He's
Stanley
like,
Tucci.
yeah, Stanley Tucci is another one where this man is so character. His character is so good that when he shows up even as a super villain, as a super scientist. Remember the one with Stanley Tucci, with the one where he's a scientist, where they're digging into the center of the earth. Um,
No, I
then
don't
there's
know that one. I know Stanley Tucci as a scientist in Captain America, but I don't know the one you're talking about.
it's a pretty good one. He's like a douchebag scientist. He's like very into himself, and it's really good.
Oh man, Tucci. I know it's a tangent, but Tucci is, man, for me, he's one of the best actors of our time. I mean, he's in Easy A very chilled,
Yeah, as
just
the
gay character. Yeah, then he's on,
he's not
pardon?
the dad in Mean Girl. That's someone else. He's not the dad in Mean Girls.
No, no, no,
Is,
no. It's Easy A.
is it easy? Oh, okay.
Yes, and then he's on Lucky Number 11.
Yes.
And then he's on Hunger Games. He's on The Devil's Wears Prada.
Prada is the more important, the biggest one in my opinion. Like that one is one way he felt that one in the chest. Like he was so cool in that one.
I wonder if he won an award for that one, because wow, that was an amazing
Yeah.
performance.
Him
But I love all of his performances. I've never watched the movie and felt like Stanley Tucci was not delivering.
dude, never ever.
Yeah.
Him, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
People they just show up and you're like, oh, he just stole the scene.
Exactly. I mean, when Esposito came up in Breaking Bad, you're like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
So
He has
Esposito,
5 times in Maze Runner, the second Maze Runner movie, but you don't forget he was in there at all.
that's true. I mean, he was also in Malcolm X, and he had a small role, but you
Yeah.
remember that role?
That was such a. I can't believe that's the same person. Get your hands out my pocket. Like that's crazy. Like that man.
Like that
But-
man is wow. And I mean, he's been acting since he was probably a teenager or in his early 20s in the Spike Lee movie.
Yes.
what's
Yes.
again?
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Like you can tell how young he was there.
Yeah, he was the guy who got his shoes stepped on, and Samuel Jackson was the voice. Yes.
Yes. So I mean, he's been in the game for a very long time. You have to give him his flowers for sure.
But he's aged. I feel like now he's aged like wine. Like I feel like all the other stuff, with all the energy that he had, turns out he needed to tone down the energy and become this.
Yeah.
And now that's who he should have been.
You know, you could say that it's the opposite of Al Pacino, because Al Pacino, when he came in the beginning, he was very calm, relaxed. You know, you betrayed me, Fredo. You betrayed me. You know, but as he gets older, like, you betrayed me.
And you're like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, but with Esposito, it's like he had so much energy when he was young, and you know, you could tell that he has many talents, because sometimes he would show a bit of those. But then now that he's older, he's on some, you know,
Yeah.
Mr. White, I do not appreciate you coming to my store, and you're like, oh, okay.
And that's all. It turns out that's all you needed.
Yep.
It turns out that's all. Sometimes less is more. I'm never a fan of the expression "less is more," but sometimes it's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, sometimes it's absolutely right. I think you see it in films where the actor is so focused on being like, where the actors is aware of how big they are as a star, that they take you out of the scene, because all you're seeing is an actor overacting.
Yep.
Opposed to
They're either hamming it up or they don't want to be there. Like Brie Larson in the Marvels. Yeah, she doesn't want to be there.
right.
But
When you see someone like Dustin Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman, oh my goodness, that man. Dustin Hoffman can be in a movie and you can even forget that this is Dustin Hoffman, you know?
True.
But as he acts and whatever, you're like, wow, this man is brilliant.
Gary Oldman is the same when it comes to me. I think you get characters that disappear and get characters that stay themselves, but we love that. Will Smith stays himself.
Right.
When he disappear, the worst example I can think of where Will Smith tries to disappear is After Earth. He tries to be not himself.
Right. Even even £7 for me. I felt
Yeah,
like